Hello everyone, it's me, Sylvia, and of course you know I am in the carpool chats. A little bit late because I was told late that I needed to pick up my daughter, but she's in the car. Say hi.
Mommy, I got this poster for book fair. It says always be your selfie.
Always be your selfie. She got a poster. Always be your selfie. Which we have no problem with that. She is herself and we are always ourselves. But today, y'all have to excuse my thing because it's moving a lot. Today, I wanted the carpool chat to be about, I was asked about the co-parenting relationship and exes and how I feel about that, and if you're dating, how do you explain the co-parenting thing? Well, it's kind of like weird for me because our family comes from I guess you can call it like a village mentality, which means that we all, should be able to coexist and cohabitate within the same area and it not be any problems. So when it comes to co-parenting, I think me and my children's father is good on that. I can tell you it got a little bit difficult when I first began to date someone else, which was my first child's father. But it was a little difficult, I think, because we had been together for like 8 years and, it was just difficult. But we had to navigate our way through. So how do you navigate your way through? First, you communicate. Let each other know what you desire in a co-parenting thing. So for example, you can't tell me what to do at my house, just like I can't tell you what to do at your house. However, for consistency of kids that are involved, you do want to be able to communicate the rules and regulations of each house. They shouldn't be so different in rules that the kids are confused, or that the kids are able to manipulate their way through. So it goes both ways. So communication is very, very important in any co-parenting relationship. It's communication. Also, it is about removing that emotional baggage that you may have from the relationship. So he may have been a horrible mate. But with that, can you keep it? Sorry, but he might not be a bad father. So you have to be able to remove your feelings from that. She may be a horrible wife, but she may be a great mother. And so don't get those two things confused, and be honest and work through that baggage so you won't have your emotions come off towards and while you're with the kids. So that's important. So communication and removing any old baggage. And then the next part of the question was, how do you do with exes and them dating? Well, it really ain't none of your business who they're dating. It ain't none of your business who they're dating. They can date anyone they want to. People get all caught up and bent out of shape. Oh, his new girlfriend better not tell my kids that, or she can't say that, or he can't do that. He better not be raising my children. And that's foolishness. Again, it's a team effort. It's a village effort that you're shooting for. So as long as that person that my mate is with is not abusing my kids, I really care less to know anything about them. Yeah, I want to know your name, and I want to make sure that, you're not on the sex offenders list and things like that. But I trust again, I trust my ex enough to make good decisions for our children. And I know that don't sound right for a lot of people, because everybody's like, I don't trust my ex, he get on my nerve, and this, we can't talk, and all of that. No, you had to trust him if you laid down with him. And especially if you got multiple children by him. So you have to trust something about him or her. So it becomes a trust issue. Trust your mate that they are making a good decision when it comes to their new girlfriend. I would say, discipline. I don't hit my kids really now, so you couldn't just come in my a relationship with my ex and think you're gonna hit my kids, because I don't hit my kids. So again, that's communication and things like that. But as long as you have communication, and as long as you guys are on the same page of what you want for your child, again, it has nothing to do with each other. That's where everybody messes up at when it comes to dealing with your mate's new person in their life, your ex's new person. They don't have to like you. They don't have to get to know you. We don't need to go to dinner. You know what I'm saying? We don't need to do none of that. All I need you to do is to do right by my children. And that is set by the rules that he sets or she sets. I'm not gonna get with a man that's gonna abuse my children. My ex, understands that. He may not like who I date, but he's gonna understand that I'm not gonna intentionally put our kids in any harm's way. And if I find it harmful in any kind of way, then I'll back out of that. So it comes a trust issue about you trusting your ex. Yes, I said it. Trust your ex. If you are in a co-parenting relationship, you must trust each other. You must trust each other. No matter how messed up the relationship is between you guys, you have to trust that for the kids, you both have the best intention of being the best parents you can. You know what I'm saying? So I don't care if, he smokes weed and all of this, and that's not what you do at your house. Okay, that may be true. That's not what you do at your house. However, is he doing it in front of the children? Is his negative behavior impacting your children in any kind of way? One. And two, was he doing it when he was with you? Because now that he ain't with you, you can't just be like, oh, all of a sudden it's just a bad thing. So you gotta look at it that way. So it becomes, you have to learn how to communicate. You have to get rid of your baggage when it comes to your ex-mate. Just because they are a bad mate don't mean that they're bad parents. Then you also have to, when you're moving on, you have to move on with the best intention for your children. So everybody you date don't need to meet your children. Everybody you date don't need to meet your children. Matter of fact, I would say they shouldn't meet your children within the first, 4 months. Unless y'all getting married, like at first sight or something. But still, and yet you leave the children out. So that's the biggest thing. Be on the same page when it comes to how you're going to discipline so the kids won't manipulate. Be on the same page that you're not going to interfere with each other's relationships once you do move on. Because if you move on, you move on. Wish that person the best. Don't stay in an angry state. And that's going to come when you let go of that baggage of being a mate with them. Okay, so it is definitely able to work, you guys. It is able to work. A co-parenting relationship is able to work very well. I am in a co-parenting relationship now. I may not like everything my ex does, but he's a good father to our children, and it just is what it is. So we don't let each other's baggage get in the way. Now, should you still be hitting off your ex and all of that? No, because that creates all of this baggage. That creates the negative feeling. That creates, oh, he don't really like her because I can still have him. Oh, girl, it's too much. I told y'all it come a dime a dozen. Okay, so you don't have to fight over that one because there's 10 more coming your way. So, just think of it like that. But when it comes to how you're going to do it, I would just say communicate. Communication is the best thing that you can ever do if you're going to co-parent any relationship. And if you still have to deal with the ex, communication is a key. You have to be able to communicate. I don't care if it's just about the kids. 9 times out of 10, what I communicate with my children's father is about the kids. We are always on the same page when it comes to our children. Same page when it comes to our kids. We don't mix and meddle and things like that, because that's when it becomes a problem. If you are dating someone new, know that person before you introduce them to your children. That way that other parent don't have to feel some type of way, because you can go to them and say da this, da that. Should you introduce them to the other parent? I don't think you have to introduce the new person to the other parent, but if you're, at a communication level where it's able to do that, I would say do that. Introduce them. I would introduce my new person to my ex before I introduce them to my children. And that's just because I don't do many people around my children. I have girls. And the last thing I would want is them to feel like they, men are disposable, in and out their mama's life and things like that. So that's just me. That's just my preference. Some people say, do it right away, introduce the kids, but for me, no, because if I don't know the relationship is going to work, I'm not going to introduce them to my kids. So that's why I say give it some time. Make sure you guys' relationship is in the right place. Make sure you're able to communicate with your ex when it comes to the children, so it won't be no manipulation parts that either side can do. Make sure you can't run their household and they can't run yours, period. And that comes through, again, communication. And then trust your mate. Trust your mate that they can pick another mate that is not going to harm your children. And like I said, if you felt like they were going to harm your children, then you feel like they're going to harm your children even if they didn't have another mate. So you got to look at it like that. I know it don't sit well with a lot of people, because everybody still has that emotional baggage going on. Like I said, clear up that emotional baggage first. If you are going to do anything with a new person in your life, you have to clear up that baggage with your ex. So, what did we learn today? The question, do I feel like co-parenting can work? Yes. Because I come from a village mentality, and that village mentality is everybody is working towards the same goal. The kids are going to eat because everybody busting their butt to eat, to feed them. The ex, the new one, everybody's in that same boat of what's in the best interest for the kids. And so if they're not, then they ain't the one. So do I think co-parenting can work? Yes. Have I seen co-parenting work? Yes. I do co-parenting now. Was it hard? That was another question. Was it hard? Yes, it was hard. It was hard because I wasn't used to sharing my children. And I had to learn how to share. I had to learn how to share my kids and not feel some type of way about it. And in learning that, I learned that my ex didn't have any negative intentions when it came to my children. If I trusted him enough to lay down and have a child with him, I trust him enough then to help me take care of the kid. See, that's why a lot of us is in the boat, women are in the boat of taking care of kids by themselves, because now all of a sudden we mad at the baby daddy and he can't see the kid. Nah, I don't play them games. That's not called co-parenting. So that leads us to the second part, is after you communicate with each other about how co-parenting is going to work, number 2, remove all baggage. All baggage. If you have any baggage with that relationship, you need to fix it. It don't got nothing to do with the new person that comes in or anything like that. If you still tripping on him dating somebody new, that's baggage that you got. It's your problem. It is not theirs. It is not the new person's problem that you have a problem with them. It's yours. Fix it. Fix it. I don't care. Fix it. Deal with it. You too grown to still be tripping over whether you can coexist with another grown person. Come on now, we grown. I feel like how you doing? I feel like I should be able to speak to my ex's new person, not feel any type of way about it. So if you feel some type of way about it, you need to remove that baggage, and that is on you. So if you feel some type of way when you see your ex's new girlfriend, that's a you thing. Fix it. Discipline and things like that, like I said, it's communication, and everybody have to be on the same page for the best interest of your child. I don't hit my kids, so I'm not gonna get with a mate that hits my kids. It's just not gonna happen. Am I gonna like it if my baby's father allows him to hit, you know, my kids? Well, it depends on if he hits the kids, but you should know that about your ex as well. We don't hit our kids. Now, I yell to death. I cuss, if you don't like your child being yelled at or cussed at, then I might not be the girlfriend for you. You know what I'm saying? But I think it's an honest way to have that conversation, and it goes back to communication. I know some people want to meet the new girlfriend, the ex meet the new girlfriend. You don't have to, but like I said, it is a good thing to be able to have 4 adults at the table and everybody at the table for the best interest of the kids. Because guess what? When the birthday run around, baby, I'm going to invite them. I'm going to invite the ex. I'm going to invite the baby daddy. Now, it's up to him whether he want to come or not, but I'm grown enough to invite you. I'm grown enough to have you meet my new guy and trust in my pick enough to know that he's okay for my kids. So that's it. Communication. Get rid of the baggage. Trust who you are with and your ability to co-parent, and just think village. Best interest of the child. That's it. Y'all know my motto. God is, God can, God will, and God did. Bye. Be blessed.